Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of our Wizard101 Let's Play. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. So in this episode, we're going to be traveling across the Starfall Sea. Should be fun, should be interesting. Very curious to see what the ruined Alcazar looks like. And I did a little bit of research. The ruined Alcazar is kind of an annoying location in that this right here is it's a dungeon, but it's also a one-way trip to the ruined Alcazar. But I'll talk more about that once we actually get there. The Great Beast. Alright. So, if the information isn't outdated, there will be 3 combat encounters, 2 sets of minions, and then a 3-on-1 boss fight, where each of the 3 is a boss. Anyway, the full bag. Alright. This is kind of cool. The various stones that he talked about. Okay.
Listen close. Despite the great beast's strength, anything could go wrong and leave us drowning at the bottom of the waves. Or swimming in the middle of the Starfall Sea, waiting for something to snap us up. Now, place the Dying Star Stone on the pedestal to activate it.
You place the Dying Star Stone in its spot on the navigation pedestal. It sparkles with power.
If we stay on the surface, not only will the Shadow Queen's forces be able to find us, but we'll be shredded by the Maelstrom. Get ready to dive. Use the altometer to signal the great beast to submerge.
You touch the altimeter and imagine yourself going down into the deep.
That's cool.
Quickly now, pay attention. I've placed the Nautic stones to help us navigate. Go to the Mundana crystal and adjust it. Slightly!
You adjust the Mundana crystal as best you can, under the captain's rapid-fire commands.
Yes, good. I think that was just enough. Wait! The great beast groans and flinches. Something is distressing him. When harried or vexed, the great beast's desire is to dive deep. If we let him, our diving bell will be ripped apart by the ocean gyre. We cannot sit on the surface, nor swim too deep, for certain death lies on either end. We need a steady hand on the helm. When the great beast tries to plunge below, we must instead force him to rise and deal with whatever we find. Use the altometer to cause the great beast to rise, then venture out onto his back and deal with the disturbance.
Oh wow, that was the... Okay, so we're gonna get multiple sets of almost 70,000. That's awesome.
You touch the altimeter and force the great beast to rise. You hear a thundering snarl of protest, but he obeys.
It's kind of funny. I didn't realize, but there wasn't a thing saying, hey, this is going to take X amount of time. Didn't realize that.
Buzz! It's true! The Spellbinder has harnessed a great beast of the Starfall Sea. White Razors, attack!
Yeah, start off with a couple of white razors. We're on the back. We're on the back of the great beast, if that wasn't obvious. Very cool. I'm gonna make sure. We're gonna go ahead and place a curse. I just want to make sure. I feel like that should be enough. So let's go ahead. And if it's not, we'll cast a blade next turn.
White razors! Flee! Buzz!
Alright, that's number 1.
White razors, aye. They must have followed us from Crescent Beach. We'll be well into the storm soon, and they won't be able to follow. Of course, we'll have bigger problems then. Use the altimeter to convince the great beast to submerge again. We don't want to batter the diving bell more than we have to.
You use the altimeter, guiding the great beast to swim below the surface again.
I need you to check the Oceana crystal. It keeps the diving bell safe. And also examine the Atala stone. It measures the great beast's fear and passions.
You inspect the Oceana crystal and turn it just slightly to improve its resonance. The Atala stone purrs in time to the rumblings of the great beast. But then suddenly it flickers and sparks.
Blast and tarnation! Something in the water is bothering the beast, nipping at his fins. Rise up, use the altimeter and break the surface. Let's draw these bedeviling vermin up with us, where we can deal with them proper.
And here, Sea of Heartbreak. Interesting.
You guide the great beast into a swift rise with the altimeter. It's a thrill to have such power under your command. Once again, the path outside is open. Time to chase off the vermin.
This should be another minion level fight. Yep. See, whirligig beetles. These guys are wicked looking. Myth. Okay, so they could potentially have earthquake. Yeah, these guys are pretty cool. I really do like their look. They're attacking first. I'm gonna go ahead and blade. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use blade. It's not great. We can drop these now. That's too bad. I guess we'll attack next turn. All right. Yeah, here's your sign to know that something big is coming next when health orbs show up. I'm probably, yeah, while we're out there, I'm going to be kind of quiet because the extra sound from like the surf and all that does make it a lot louder. So I get the feeling you guys might not be able to hear me quite as clearly, so I'll just probably stay quiet. The next fight is, like I was saying, 3 boss level enemies. They are storm level enemies. They are storm attribute enemies. They do not have Leviathan, but they do have Enfeeble, which will get rid of all of your blades, though I've rarely ever seen storm enemies cast that spell, so it might be a low likelihood, I don't know. But anyway.
Whirligigs, spiteful things. They prey on smaller fish, but they'll try to take a nip out of anything that passes their way. Me guess is the Shadow Queen riled them up. Good work driving them off. That's the edge of the maelstrom we're entering. Time to send the great beast below again, so we don't get torn asunder.
Oh, we're gonna get 92 edge of the maelstrom for this one. Nice.
Through the altimeter, you can sense how violent the storm is getting. It takes much more effort to guide the great beast this time.
Keep an eye on the Mondana and Oceana crystals, and keep them in harmony. And don't take your eyes off the Rasatala stone, nor the Mahatala stone, else the great beast may decide to devour us himself.
You do your best to keep the crystals and stones in harmony. It takes a great deal of concentration and precise measurements. All of a sudden, all of the crystals and stones start a cacophonous ringing.
Seriously, what the heck? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's doing that thing where the game's a little... There we go.
Egads, I was afraid of this! The deep spawn that dwell beneath the maelstrom are rising against us! Deep spawn are vile terrors. Whether the Shadow Queen sent them, or they are just hungry, doesn't matter much. They are hideous and cruel, and could tear chunks out of the great beast himself if you don't stop them.
Jeez.
Raise us up and get ready to fight amongst the storm. Head out and drive off the deep spawn, or we'll never make it.
And these guys, they don't have any cheats, so that is nice.
The altimeter shudders under your touch and grows painfully hot. The sound of the waves becomes a roar that makes your ears ring. As the way opens, you can hear a skittering of claws on scales and the dissonant call and response of the deep spawn.
Okay, well, that sounded ominous. And these are the guys that show up with the Call of Khrysalis. You know, the ones that swirl around the black mass. Alright, so... Yeah, we're gonna switch. I might have to use a minion for this, just because it's 3 bosses. Yeah, they only have 11,000 health, but still, it's still 3 bosses. Jeez, really? Not as bad as it could have been. Oh, what I did not mean to do that. Anyway, yeah, let's just keep going. Alright, yeah, I kind of figured that. Let's see. See if it actually goes through. I'm gonna wait one more turn. Yeah, I'm gonna wait one more turn. Okay. That's not great. Yeah, that minus 50 is not great. That is what I was kind of waiting for. to attack and just hope. Oh, we got a second one, so that's good. Thank you. That one didn't take nearly as much damage. Just gonna attack and hope for it again on the next turn. Though this isn't. I'm still gonna go for it. I probably shouldn't, but I'm still going to. Yeah. I guess that's fine. Son of a... I really hate these spells. Well, I can go a turn and be fine, because these guys aren't going to attack. Yeah, none of them are going to attack, so we can do this. No, I was hoping to get an enchantment, but I guess we'll deal.
That is not dead, which can eternal lie.
All right. That wasn't that bad. Oh, we got a wand. We'll have to see what that is. Okay. Yeah, just another burrower's sword. Alright. That actually wasn't that bad. And hey, I didn't even have to use a minion. I'm very happy with that.
When the deep spawn stirred, I thought for sure you were done for. I guess something is looking out for you, Wizard. I hope the way is clear. We've seen near every kind of hateful thing that swims in the Starfall Sea. It was once a serene, becalmed ocean, till the Shadow Queen stirred it up and set it to roiling. Now let's finish this journey. Dive us down!
You ease the altimeter down again, and the great beast gracefully follows your lead. Well, as gracefully as he can for his size.
It's time for you to use the Dying Starstone to guide us through the worst part of the Maelstrom. We'll be fine if you don't mess it up, in which case we'll all be jetsam soon enough.
You focus your will to a razor-sharp point, and use that to read the mystical aura of the Dying Starstone. It pulls and spins, threatening to drag you into the Maelstrom, but you stay calm, and soon find yourself where you need to be.
And that's that.
Yadula sent you to find a descendant of Edric Exalted Blade, but you found Edric himself, more or less.
All right, and here we are on the ruined Alcazar. Yeah, that's actually not, like, you can't actually take the deep beast back this way. So this is kind of an interesting location. There is a teleporter, so that is something to remember. But anyway.
And now there came both mist and shade, and it grew wondrous cold. And shadows dark came floating by, as black as charcoal. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. We were the first that ever burst into that silent sea. Welcome to this star-blasted and shadow-cursed isle. Wizard, we may be the only living things to step upon this rubble in ages. I'm sure there are plenty of ghosts nearby. You seem to have a way with their kind. Look for a friendly shade.
Alright. Before we actually continue on kind of with the main quest line, I'm going to kind of search around the island. There is a obelisk stone in this location somewhere. I think it's in, like, it's on the northern side of the island. So we're gonna head off that way. I just want to go ahead and pick that up before we do anything else. Hopefully this I think you have to actually do a couple of missions before this teleporter really works, though it does take you to the silent market, so that is that to remember. Yeah, there it is right there. Yep, on the northernmost point of the island. Get your obelisk stone, just for reference, right there. And also kind of gives us an idea of what else is here, you know what I mean? Didn't actually realize, yeah, there's a whole area just kind of around this place too. Confused Phantom, I guess we're gonna have to, there's stuff we're gonna have to do while we're here. A lot of resources. And the main enemy here seems to be these Maelstrom Elementals, though I'm pretty sure, yeah, Serpent Island, Phoenix Island, Crab Island, and Heart Island, those are all going to be kind of like boss encounters that we're going to have to do to probably light this thing up. Should be interesting. And see Sigil Gate here for something. We saw a couple heading that way as well. But yeah, I think that this is where I'm going to wrap things up for today. In the next episode, we will go ahead and talk to the Ruins Ghost and start the process of taking care of the ruined Alcazar. Should be fun. Actually, there was, yeah, Edric Exalted Blade is for a side quest we have. We'll probably get that done too, just to go ahead and get it over with, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.